So, my dad invited me the other day to see this movie called Hell or High Water, and honestly, my initial reaction was that I would probably rather contract Ebola and die as slowly as possible than ever sit 2 hours through a piece of shit film like that. The poster with Jeff Bridges on the front with his huge-ass cowboy hat and douchey aviator glasses just offended me to the point where I felt positive I would just never see this movie, no matter how excellent the reviews might be. But saw it I did, maybe because I wasn't doing anything that day, or I'll admit, possibly because the hype was really intense, and sometimes that actually means something. And it wasn't long into the movie before I felt a really unexpected emotion, something I would have never thought I'd be able to experience in a movie as stupid as this one. Empathy and compassion, and probably most surprising of all, earnest fascination and genuine interest. So it turns out then that Hell or High Water is in fact not as near as stupid or as corny as its name might lead one to believe. Ben Foster and Chris Pine are just so good together, and their dialogue is sharp and smart, continually cutting deeper into their personalities and steadily revealing them to be the complex and lifelike characters they really are. The movie just flies by, and I think that's mostly accredited to its rich character development. I will say, though, that Jeff Bridges early on was kind of annoying me, just with the way he talked. I couldn't understand him. He sounded like he had a chewed-up fruit roll-up in his mouth that he was just unwilling to swallow, which I'm guessing would probably be chewing tobacco or something, but either way, he just sounded really uneducated, and I couldn't understand what he was saying.
I may have one hunt left in me. They're trying to raise a certain amount, that's my guess. Y'all been here for a while? Alright, think I got these boys figured.
See what I'm saying? But I quickly got over that and became familiar with his parlance, simply because I grew to care about this person. I wanted to understand him. The story takes place in Texas, where Chris Pine and Ben Foster play brothers who have set out to rob the branches of a bank that has threatened to foreclose on their family's land, while Jeff Bridges plays the Texas Ranger trying to hunt them down. It wasn't really until the bullets started flying, though, that my emotions began to feel totally invested in the experience. And I will warn you that this is a bit of a tragic story, and by the time it was over, I was both exhausted and relieved, shaken and thrilled, with its final scene of dialogue being one of the film's biggest takeaways. It's impossible to avoid mentioning a writer like Cormac McCarthy when you're reviewing a neo-western quite as gritty as this one, and he's surely hovering here in the details, as well as the Coen brothers and plenty of other artists that have also made their indelible mark on this genre. But Hell or High Water might not just be some baby brother to some of these classics. It's a serious entry that not only effectively dons these influences, but refracts the ethos of the entire genre through a new prism with its use of brilliant characters, smart plotting, and pulse-pounding gunplay. Hell or High Water might have a cheesy exterior, or even seem overly simple upon first glance, but just beneath those initial impressions awaits an extremely complex character study driven by a strong script and some fantastic performances, all of which operate together to make one of the most unexpected pleasures of 2016.